And hello everybody, you're welcome back again to the Reggae Appreciation Society. Not too long ago, we did a video that took a deep dive into the short but amazing life and tragic passing of dancehall icon Panhead, an artist who was struck down in mysterious circumstances that have never been officially uncovered in the 30 years since that dark night in 1993. Anthony Johnson, aka Panhead, was taken out of this world as he was leaving a dance in the Maverly area of Kingston. That sad event was officially labeled a robbery gone wrong by the authorities. But over the years, the fans, music commentators, and fellow artists have all scoffed at the official position and have insisted that what happened to Panhead was nothing less than an outright targeted assassination, with a diverse cross-section of suspects ranging from politicians, fellow artists, and even show promoters brought into this conversation. But a few days ago, I noticed a YouTube channel named Jamaican Young Police had posted a video that fingered none other than Ninjaman as the mastermind behind Panhead's death. And when I first came across that video, my first thought was, nah, this is just clickbait. But out of curiosity, I still checked out the channel and found out it was being run by a retired Jamaican detective who was in active duty at the time of Panhead's murder. That factor aroused my interest, and I decided to watch the whole video and get to grips with what he had to say about the matter, until the authorities confirmed this new revelation is nothing more than just another theory. But I dare say that it's brought a very interesting context and angle on what happened to Panhead. It's an almost hour-long video, and I've left a link to it in the description section for those interested in watching it after this video. But right now, let's take a look at the question: was Ninjaman truly the mastermind of Panhead's death? And we'll begin with a quick look at Panhead's life, all leading up to what happened to him. Panhead would emerge on the dancehall scene in 1985 as a promising DJ with sound systems like Love Vibrations and Black Scorpio. But it was Black Scorpio in particular where he really came into prominence after releasing several successful singles under the Black Scorpio record label up until the end of that decade. He came into prominence putting out songs that were gun-friendly and slack, like Pony Printer, the original Gun in a Hand, and his smash single Gunman Tune. But by 1993, a short stint in prison, as well as him becoming a family man, caused a seismic shift in his world outlook and an unprecedented spiritual rebirth, and he would morph from the quintessential rude boy to a peace-loving and positive Rasta. He dropped all the slack tunes that he used to do and began to put out uplifting and socially conscious songs like African Princess, which celebrated black women, under bondage, and poor people government, a song that was a fierce criticism of corrupt politicians. Music that began to inspire people to demand better from their government. He took his Rastafarian mission beyond his music and became a pillar of his community of Maverly, initiating many charitable projects, and with the most popular being his pet project, which was a football team called the Panhead All-Stars. His influence in the Maverly community was so strong that it inspired plenty of envy in the hearts of local politicians. His football team that was designed to keep the youth busy and out of trouble, it was depriving politicians of new crops of thugs, and the sound system it was also providing jobs for youth and depriving them of street soldiers. And it was said to have clashed with some of these local politicians openly over these initiatives. And as a former rude boy, he did this without fear. According to veteran dancehall DJ Roundhead, who was a close friend of Panhead, this more than anything is what led to his friend's death. But where does Ninjaman come into all of this? Well, according to Jamaican Youth Police channel, Panhead had in the months leading up to his death had been engaged in a slowly but steadily heated rivalry with Ninjaman, and claimed that the pair had gone head-to-head at several sound clashes. It was said that after a particularly heated lyrical battle, that both DJs took their feud to the next level and got into a fist fight after the show. A physical altercation that Panhead was said to have won convincingly and left Ninjaman thoroughly humiliated and thirsty for revenge. The pair would never clash again, but was said to have taken lyrical shots at each other at subsequent stage performances. Ninjaman allegedly began to plot for ways to take out Panhead, but it was extremely difficult to do this because Panhead was at the time like the president of Maverly and was almost impossible to get close to in that community. So according to the Jamaican Young Police channel, he got first-hand information from a retired Jamaican military intelligence officer that two convicts from Maverly, who had just been released from prison, who didn't have much knowledge or closeness to Panhead due to their being locked up for a while, were recruited for the job. These two guys had the comical nicknames of Chin Chin and Plum Plum, but despite these funny names, were stone cold killers. They were said to have traced Panhead to a dance that was taking place in Mavely one Sunday night on 10th of October 1993 and waited for the right time to make their move and strike. Let's not get it twisted. Panhead was no slouch. He had spent time in jail before and had lived the rude boy life for as long as he could remember. I'm sure he knew that after his clash with Ninjaman that he should have been watching his back. But I dare speculate that being a pillar of his community and a champion of the people, he felt totally safe in Mavely and let his guard down. As he was leaving the venue, he was trailed by the gunmen and shot. The police investigated the crime and ruled it a robbery gone wrong. It was a tragedy that sent mega shockwaves through a horrified Mavely community as well as the entire global reggae community, which would mourn yet again the snuffing out of the life of another Jamaican superstar. The outcry against the police's ruling on the motive of the murder was almost unanimous. The killing of Panhead was anything but simply a robbery gone wrong. Incredibly, Ninjaman was said to have not been too far from where the murder had taken place. He was even listed as a prime suspect and interrogated by the police before being allowed to go. But according to young Jamaican police, he and virtually every other cop in Kingston just knew that Ninjaman had to be the one responsible, but there was simply no evidence to link him to the crime. He also strongly believed that Ninjaman wasn't working alone and had partnered with local politicians who saw Panhead as a threat, and that it was those people in high places who must have helped the killers to cover their tracks. A theory that's very logical when you really analyze it. I believe it's a bad thing to kick a man when he's down, so I was at first a bit reluctant to believe this account. But knowing that Ninjaman has a terrible record of violent crimes and is currently serving life imprisonment for murder, these allegations are suddenly very believable and definitely got me thinking. But time will tell if all this new information will cause the Jamaican police to reopen the matter. Panhead's death sickened an entire country that was already wary of the violence which had ravaged the island for more than 2 decades, and also inspired the conscious reggae movement called the Rasta Renaissance. It wasn't just a horrific personal tragedy for him and his family, but also a monumental loss to his immediate community and country at large. After breaking through as a rude boy and promoting the rude boy culture, he underwent an amazing rebirth and reinvented himself as an icon of positivity and progress. But just before he could truly make lasting impact on his own corner of the world, he was cut down in his prime when he has so much more to offer. It's my fervent hope that the police can reopen the investigation and put to an end a 30-year mystery that's among the saddest stories in reggae history. So there you have it. Thank you for watching the video today. Please leave a like, subscribe, and until next time, Jah bless.